Good morning, David Combe here with the CBS AM Debrief for Wednesday the 27th of July, and overnight market action, a little bit of a mixture of ups and downs here, particularly in Europe, mostly down in the US actually as I look a little bit closer here. And if we look over here at the economic data out, we can see that we had some slightly improved consumer confidence numbers out midnight this morning, or early this morning, and also some housing numbers that came through slightly worse than expected for new home sales, 312,000 versus 320,000, and a negative 1% for new home sales versus a 0.3 increase expected. The bed manufacturing index in at negative 1, so not the best numbers there. However, seemingly consumer confidence just edging up there ever so slightly. So let's go back and actually have a look at these indices numbers. The biggest mover was actually Brazil there out of the Americas. Toronto coming in at just under 1%, and the broader S&P 500 down 0.41. In Europe, as mentioned, a bit of a mixture, with the FTSE just slightly to the upside, CAC down 0.66, and DAX again just slightly to the upside, up 0.07. Yesterday we ended up closing up in the region, the Nikkei up 47, Hang Seng up 278, and the S&P ASX 200 index up 42. So it was a little bit of a surprise there to see that recovery come in, and quite a strong movement there. I guess one of the old adages gets choppy at the top and choppy at the bottom comes to mind in where we are in the market at the moment. And if we look for our local region, we can see that the SPI is suggesting an open that will be down around 16 points. Hang Seng up 214, the Nikkei down 30. Take a look at the commodities here. In fact, we can probably do that in the Falcon Trader. Look at the major ones that stand out here. We can filter our percentage change here by just clicking that column, and we can see that sugar's up 0.84. Natural gas had a reasonably good move up, still not enough to get us back above water on that warrant trade, sadly, but we'll keep hoping that this is a turning point here. 430 has traditionally been a level of support here if we go back over previous months, and even a little bit further ago than that, and hopefully we can get up and reach up a bit higher this time and allow us to exit out for a profit. Gold continuing its climb higher. Just in the morning meeting this morning with Jono, who was unable to make the morning meeting here. He is down at a conference in Melbourne, but we do have this high level here holding quite nicely. And the point that Jono was making was that we've got a 4% reduction in supply of gold quarter on quarter, and the metal just keeps on being bid higher and higher. So seems to be only one way to play that just at the moment. Okay, looks like oats was up 0.14. Gold we've looked at. Silver now was up at over 41. Does seem to be starting to break out this little consolidation pattern here. We've got quite a nice ascending triangle sort of formation occurring there. Just squash that down here a little bit. So you're working up that trend line quite nicely. Soybeans down 0.11, cocoa down 0.13, coffee 1.19, wheat 0.23. So some of these stocks here all coming off just a little bit. Copper at 447.70. And crude at 99.18. Now we do feel that crude is probably ready for a bit of a pullback here, and there's not a lot of reason to keep it up at these levels. corn down 4.5 and rough rice down 0.46. Okay, and there's the Aussie dollar, now 109.55, so we're getting very close to that 110 level. Whether or not that offers up resistance and that forms a double top remains to be seen, but certainly that would be, to my mind, one way you could play this. We know we could have a fairly tight stop loss, not too far above 110. If we broke into that, we'd know we're wrong on that trade. The euro was down 0.03, the pound up 0.06%, US dollar index was up 0.1%, Kiwi up 0.12, and the Canadian trading at 0.9444, Swiss franc, US dollars buying 0.8013, and the yen 77.88. Have a look at the economic calendar here. We touched on it earlier with those housing sales and consumer confidence. The numbers here that we'll be looking for locally include New Zealand activity outlook and business confidence. And then going to 11:30 this morning rather, we have our CPI numbers for the second quarter, year on year. Our expectation is a 3.4% increase in consumer prices. We've also got the quarter-on-quarter numbers, a 0.7 figure as expected there. A few other bits and pieces out locally. Then we have some industrial profits out of China, and the Fed's beige book out 2 p.m. And then other Tier 1 data out of the States includes durable goods orders, which will give us a feel for what manufacturing is doing. Just expecting a 0.3% number there. Nothing too spectacular, and that pardon me, takes us through into this evening, or rather into Thursday. We've got the New Zealand Reserve Bank rates decision due out tomorrow at 7 a.m. our time. Okay, just going to go back here and look at a couple of the stocks that we've been following. BHP is one of them. We've continued to, we're seeing support on this inner upward trend line. If we get a break of that, we can look at concern. But otherwise, we have been getting a few clients into this trade, and it's holding pretty steady here. Hopefully that'll work out quite well. Of course, we don't need to touch on some of these gold plays that I like to follow. I think I did that yesterday. Otherwise, we have a couple of the property trusts which I think are pretty good value, like GPT and Lend-Lease, and of course the perennial favourite for the Vector system is Aluka, which on a weekly chart really does look like a moonshot. Just bring that back to a daily so it looks a little bit more sustainable. And then finally, just have a look at our local cash index, where that mid 4,000 level really is starting to look pretty solid. And reiterate the suggestion that you consider buying on dips. Okay, well, as always, thanks for your attention. Hope you found that worthwhile. Happy trading, and until next time.